welcome to a brand new series, Icons of New India. I'm Devina Lasson. Now join me as we delve into the fascinating stories of what makes dynamic businesses and the minds behind them tick. We kickstart this journey with two very different businesses. One, an alternative clothing brand, and the other, a hardware solutions company. But what ties these businesses together is their spectacular success stories. Established in 1998 by first-generation entrepreneur Kamal Khushlani, Mufti aims at the young, fashion-conscious Indian man. With a range of products from jeans, t-shirts and shirts to fragrances and footwear, Mufti aims to be the one-stop shop for the young and the restless. Mr. Khushlani, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you. So now, you've had quite an interesting journey from when you started out in 1998 to where you're at today. So let's start off with you telling us a little bit about your initial years.
Well, I lost my dad when I was 19 years old and I couldn't pursue my studies further. But I always wanted to do something big in life. But I had to work, so I worked for a video cassette recording company for a few years. But eventually I wanted to do something on my own. I had a flair for fashion and a passion to make it big. And I could see that there was a huge gap for fashionable clothing in the menswear industry at that time. And I thought I had the flair to do it and I was confident, so I didn't have the money. I went to my Masi, borrowed 10,000 bucks and took the plunge.
Wow, amazing. So tell us then, in contrast, where are you at today? What is the manufacturing capacity at Mufti? How many stores do you have, and what are kind of the key markets for you?
We believe in zero ownership and 100% control. So we don't have any manufacturing facilities of our own, but we utilize other people's facilities and we monitor and control everything, right from the stage of procurement of the yarn to the fabric being weaved to the garment being produced and shipped out. We control and monitor every single stage of production, and not owning facilities gives us the flexibility to produce as per the demand.
So now let's talk a little bit about numbers. Can you tell us first of all what your manufacturing output is like on an annual basis? How many sales you make? How many employees Mufti has today as of date?
Well, in the last 3 years, we have moved from manufacturing 18 lakh pieces per annum to 25 lakh pieces per annum. And today we are ready to go to 30 lakh pieces in the next 2 years. And if we talk about numbers, then we've gone from 225 to 330 crores in the last 3 years at wholesale price. And we are looking to reach 450 crores in the next 2 years. For the employees, we have over 500 employees in Mufti on our payroll. And we have about 250 stores today.
Wow, fantastic. Now let's go back a little bit to your journey as an entrepreneur. You, of course, like any entrepreneur, must have come across a particular set of challenges. Talk to us a little bit about these challenges and how have you overcome them over time?
Well, when I started off, there were small challenges. For a starter, it was I had no office, I had no staff, I was a peon cum proprietor of the business. The warehouse was underneath my dining table in the house. That's where we used to stock our garments. And I had to run to small factories in the unorganized sector to get production out of them, which was very difficult because the production runs were so small that I couldn't really work with the organized factories that I work with today. So that was one challenge. The other was I didn't have capital, so I was restricted to the amount of cash I could pay to buy raw materials. That's all I could produce and sell. And of course the other one was a logistical challenge because I had to personally transport the goods to the factories because, like I said, the runs were too small. I didn't have a tempo load or a truckload, so I had to carry the fabric on my bike. So I could carry in one bike load about 200 meters. I would give it to the job workers karkhana and they would convert it into shirts for me, and then I had to bring them back, and to bring them back I could carry about 60 pieces at one time. So I had this huge soft suitcase which I bought, and I had straps attached to it from a mochi, and I would sling that on my back and be on my motorbike. and at times I've been a laughing stock for my fellow commuters because my bike wouldn't pass through the narrow gaps in the traffic. So these were some of the challenges. But the biggest one I think that small companies face is the challenge to attract good talent. That's one of the biggest challenges that we face. And what I did was that at every stage of the business, whatever was required for the growth of the company, whatever was crucial, was filled in. I got in partners at every stage of the business by sharing equity with them.
Yeah.
Because I strongly believe that it is a team that is the differentiating factor in the marketplace. At the end of the day, it's the team that helps you win. You can't do anything yourself.
From an entrepreneur who started out all on his own to the leader of a dynamic team, we try to understand what Team Mufti is trying to do differently to set itself apart from the ever-increasing competition from both domestic and foreign brands.
To stay abreast of international trends, see, there are these, a lot of work that goes into creating a fresh look in fashion every season. And there are sources that forecast global trends to the fashion world, and after that every designer interprets those trends in his own way and makes his own fashion statement for the season. And of course the design team at Mufti travels extensively to catch these trends and translate them for the Indian consumer. That's one part of it. Now when you talk about how do we differentiate from the others, is that we believe in adding value in what we do. Everything we do, we try to add the Mufti touch, and that's basically the differentiating factor. And we believe that we want to give the consumers a little bit more than what they expect and surprise them with something that they didn't expect rather, and that's what really drives the creative team at Mufti.
And how would you say the fashion retail sector has evolved ever since you started in 1998?
Well, the customer in 1998 was very problematic. And today he's even more problematic and of course he's got a lot more to choose from today. But having said that, I'll say that we've achieved the ability to deliver to the consumer's expectations. And in today's time where there's so much competition, unless and until you're going to surprise your customer with a little bit more than what they expect, it's very difficult to keep them with you.
Great. And well, now technology, let's talk a little bit about that. Technology implementation has of course taken every industry by storm. How would you say you have really implemented technology in your business, and has it helped you grow in any way?
Well, of course, technology has transformed everything in our lives. I mean, not just business, but so I'll start right from the production of fabric. I mean, look at the kind of fabrics that we have today, the technology that's being used to produce the fabric. And there was a time where we had only rigid denims. Today you see stretch denim as a major part of a man's wardrobe. And the look of stretch denim when it started was a little different as compared to what it is today. Today we practically have a stretch denim that looks like authentic denim but has the comfort of stretch. That is in fabric manufacturing technology. Even in manufacturing of our apparel, technology has helped us improve the consistency and the quality of our clothing. If you talk about IT, we are real-time connected in everything we do, right from the stage of procuring the yarn to getting the fabric woven, to getting it moved to the factories, to cutting, to making, to washing. Every single stage is monitored and controlled by us. As I said, there are 40 to 50 stages in the production depending upon the type of garment we speak of. So yes, of course we use technology to monitor and control all this.
And now also looking at the advent of course, there's mobile apps, there's e-commerce. How have you adapted to this as well? Would you say a big percentage of your sales comes from online retailing?
No. The sales is about 6% of our online sales is about 6% of our total, but that's pretty much in tune with most brands. Now, when we say online, we just look at it as another channel of sales, because we are not retailers, we are brand owners, and we remember that. We have three we had 3 different channels of selling. One was exclusive brand outlets, the second was the multiple brand outlets, and the third was the organized large format stores.
Okay.
We sell through all these channels, and we also sell through the online channel today. So it's just another 4th channel that we've got to do business from. As long as, one controls the price and ensures that the price is consistent in all channels, I think it's a win-win situation.
Okay, now let's shift topic a little bit. The government has been strongly pushing a few initiatives, and of course a very big one that we all know of is the Make in India initiative. There is of course the other very interesting initiative, which is the Ease of Doing Business promise. What would you say is your kind of wish list for maybe change in government policies or government aid to help your business, of course, but your sector in general?
As long as they live up to their promises and just make doing business in India more easier than what it is today, implementation of GST, etc., that would be good enough for us.
Okay.
But we need to see at what rates it gets levied. It has to be a reasonable ground.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some opportunities that you have maybe in the near future. Maybe we can talk about you going global if there are any such plans. Are there any opportunities that you're really looking to harness?
Well, we are ready. We've learned how to do our business, and the opportunity is the growing market of India, and we are ready for the next phase of growth that it has to offer. And of course, we do hope to be a global brand. Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khushlani, for being on the show. It's been a pleasure, and all the best for your future endeavors.
Pleasure. Thank you.